E aí galera do YouTube, mais uma vez aqui com o Dragon Age Origins. Então a gente sofreu uma traição lá, perdemos a batalha, né? A guerra não perdemos a batalha. E agora a gente se juntou ao Alistair e ao Morgan para conquistar aliados para enfrentar de novo a prole, o flagelo, né? E estamos aqui no acampamento e vamos conversar com nossos
What do you need?
companheiros. Primeiro com o Alistair.
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
Se você poderia passar a conversar.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
Não foi nada, não está de se desculpar.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
E quantos outros guardiões cinzentos?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for when they fall in battle. Dwarves don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
Acertamos nossos mortos dentro de pedra sobre nossos tanques.
I heard about that, now that I think about it. Their spirits return to the rock, strengthening the foundation of the Tig. It sounds so strange.
Não, mas tem que transformar seus mortos honrados em cinzas.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Não, também.
What do you need? Ask away.
O que um Templário pode fazer exatamente?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Não poderia aprender isso também.
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together. Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me. What do you need? Ask away. I suppose I could, but I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
Muito bem, eu vou respeitar essa palavra.
Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all. What do you need?
Sou chato, né?
Ask away.
Mas conte-me sobre os ladinos.
Such as they are.
Onde estão os mais próximos daqui?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the free marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Tem quartel-general em algum lugar?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfells, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
O que acontece agora? Que só tem 2 irmãos.
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Nós precisamos começar a reconstruir a ordem.
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be 2 of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere. Just left? You mean just left Ferelden? I don't know. If there's an archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the Blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save Ferelden. There's no way. I'm not going anywhere. About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need? Ask away.
Conte-me sobre os guardiões. Como você se tornou guardião?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Paulo, antes disso.
Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
Você não parece ser do tipo religioso.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky. Oh, I suppose the Chantry life is good enough for some. Here, we have the chance to fight against the Blight. To actually do some good instead of sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have. No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. It's fine. He died a hero. They all did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking. What do you need? What do you need? Ask away.
Já foi tudo. Já foi tudo que eu tinha aqui.
What do you need? Ask away. Such as they are. About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
What do you wish of me? If you must. I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend. Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess. Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed. There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary. They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask. No, 'tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one. Not all apostates use the forbidden blood arts. Maleficarum do, but to condemn all who do not fall under the circle's thrall for the sake of what might be is a dangerous path to walk. There are those who look on the word apostate as meaning freedom. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Eu acho que tuas habilidades parecem bastante úteis.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us. What do you wish of me? If you must. Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
Por
I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of my mother's skills in time. For now, I simply do not know you well enough. I promise nothing. What do you wish of me? If you must. Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Pode me machucar a qualquer momento.
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness. For the most part, Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for. Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested. Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Toque como aperto de mão.
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Mas aqui está você.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Surrender trama. Apresente ativos do bônus de combate. Promove enquanto que pode levar um do tipo até a banana. estavam
Yes?
a vida nos ermos deve ter sido muito solitária.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
E elas respondiam.
Don't be foolish. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
O que aconteceu depois?
Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken. And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been. They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Eu sou
Yes.
muito com...
If you must.
Você já foi pegaçado pelo chanto?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
Tô feliz que pensa assim.
And I am glad you are so glad. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
Divertido? Você achou isso divertido?
I found the game fun. I was too young to understand the truth behind what was happening. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Mas certamente iriam atrás. Realmente usou você como isca, você realmente matou todos eles.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Você não se arrepende de machucar algum daqueles homens? Exatamente.
You do not know? The Zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The chantry sees any mages not leashed to the circle of magi as apostates, and apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true, still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Aqui enfrentando, isso quer dizer o quê? Que enfrentaremos até o fim.
Oh, I hope you're not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Interessante. Hehe.
Yes? So, full of questions, are you?
Então, realmente é o que ela quer ser.
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Uma velha, uma bruxa poderosa, uma louca esquisita, humana.
Oh, she certainly was human. Once. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
Eu não sabia que existia uma coisa assim. Uma coisa sobre isso. É muito interessante, na verdade. Coisa extraordinária.
I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Isso parece interessante.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Há quanto tempo foi isso?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Vendeu a mulher dele para outro homem.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Ou falou com os espíritos ou demônios? Então ela realmente amou o Osen.
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Qual alma que invadiu ou ele nunca derrotou?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Você acredita na versão dela?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
Como é que esse Flemeth sobreviveu por tanto tempo?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
A lenda fala que Flemeth tem muitos filhos.
You ask if I have sisters? I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Então, você recusaria falar deles?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Uma história interessante, obrigado.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
Minha mãe é uma bêbada. Essa questão.
Nothing. I wish to know nothing more. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth. But it matters not. Let us move on.
Bom, acho que já deu pra... bônus de memória para magia. Legal. Ok. Legal. Tá, o que eu vi? Então, Einstein. Ainda fico incomodado que não tem um baúzinho que tá acompanhando. Que legal. Esse aqui é muito bom quando eu tô batalhando, né? Vamos. Ladino, mago e guerreiro. Bom, vamos para Lotherring.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Cachorrinho. Pô, será que o cachorro é estranho nós? Cuidado.
I'm sensing more.
Nossa. Já vai ver uma aranhona, Moira. E vamos lá, né? Que dá pra... Não dá. O alfa aqui.
Very well.
Bosta, me distanciamento. Não machucando você, daí eu tô machucado.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
Eu sempre quis ter um cachorro como esse, talvez é pra ser. Dá o nome do cachorro. Vou dar o nome do meu gato. Legal. O que você vai fazer? Investida, rosnais e uiva. Tem perícias. Sobe de nível também. Tudo um personagem. Legal. Continuando. Chegando.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by a dwarf, oddly enough.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
Você devia ouvir teu amigo, não somos refugiados.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a genlock would have understood that. Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Você certamente pode tentar. Você realmente quer lutar contra guardião cinzento?
Did he say he's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Loghain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But are them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
Sou muito gentil, na verdade, vamos... Guardiões cinzentos poderiam se valer de uma dose.
You don't say.
They is really good, boss. Remember?
Well, yes. 20 silvers? That's all we've collected today.
Coração, obrigado.
Then take it. Do enjoy your stay in Lotherring and all that.
Que legal. Ai. Que doideira. Nossa, tá caindo, mas assim. Ah, não posso tocar mais. Ah, vou desligar
Well,
o que você tá fazendo.
there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
Foi direto ao
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
Eu vou descobrir, vamos indo. Devemos ter os ossos tratados, presumo. Temos notícia antes que possamos decidir. Você tem algum sobre isso?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Não, ainda não. Não vou mentir.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Falar com ele primeiro. Eu descobrirei à medida que avançarmos, então nós precisamos entrar nessas pessoas. Tem alguma forma de contatar os guardiões cinzentos? Ou vocês estão me deixando decidir isso? O que você acha que devemos fazer, Morgan? O que você acha que devemos fazer?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress, and that's thousands of miles away.
Por que você está me deixando decidir isso?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it. I can give you directions, if you like. He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is. If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Eu fui isolado de Orzammar. Não posso voltar, não.
You're going to have to. I certainly wouldn't want to go there alone.
Why? Would it frighten you? Are you afraid of dark and sunken places?
I mean, we won't have any choice. You'll be there under Grey Warden business, and the dwarves will just have to see reason.
They certainly are renowned for an abundance of reason, 'tis true.
Como chegamos a Orzammar daqui exatamente?
You don't know where Orzammar is?
He doesn't know how to find it on the surface, fool. He has never been here before.
If you follow the west road around Cullenhard Lake into the mountains through Gerland's Pass, from there I expect you'd know the way.
E onde encontramos o Círculo dos Magos?
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
If
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course. Then you have a plan.
Estou pronto para ir.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Não quero ver. Olha.
Stop looking at me, mongrel. I have nothing you want.
Tadinho.
Why do you keep staring at me so, you flea-ridden beast? Can you not tell when you are not wanted? I enjoy company of creatures of the wild, not stench-ridden domesticated wolves. And he persists. Maddening!
We were lucky. We had the coin to pay the toll to those bandits. Many didn't.
I almost feel sorry for the Kunari locked in that cage. It won't be able to defend itself from the darkspawn.
We keep hearing they're just a day or two away. A few knights have come through here searching for some holy artifact. None of them stopped to help.
Seria muito errado roubar. Roubei. Eu tô roubando, roubo.
Where can we go? This is no better than what we left. Where can we go? This is no better than what we left.
I don't like this place. Why did we come here?
The blight has truly come, and the king is dead. We're all going to die.
And so I shall.
Come on,
Mother says we have to run before the bad men get here.
You there! If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
O que você quer dizer com
We've
isso?
had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The chantry and tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Obrigado pelo aviso.
I'm just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense.
Alguém está no comando
The
aqui.
band has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Tá bom.
Why did Tern Loghain take his army north? Aren't the Darkspawn south of us?
I almost feel sorry for the Kunari locked in that cage. It won't be able to defend itself from the
It's
dark.
just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Who else could it be?
I don't like this place. Why did we come here?
Greetings, Sir Dwarf. Your folk are famous for their generosity. Might you spare some bread?
Que houve com você?
We thought it would be safer in Lotherring, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us? Thank you. That's very kind.
Bless you, this will help us a great deal.
I'm cold. I don't like this.
Nem sei quanto dinheiro eu tinha, mas...
The blight has truly come, and the king is dead. We're all going to die.
Ah, quase. Nothing from that. No.
Mother, where are you?
We were lucky. We had the coin to pay the toll
Ah,
for
the
those
chantry
bandits.
board.
Many
Yes,
didn't.
let us run errands for the
So many
betterment of
strangers are about
mankind,
now.
as well as a few coppers.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, My hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Saudações. Sorrir de bom.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
E é cantor.
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
Se eu quiser pôr isso aqui no telhado, eu falo com ele.
There's all sorts of things on his board. Even travelling sellswords sometimes turn in postings.
Realmente não consegue falar nada.
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
Deixa eu ver todos, tem algo a dizer sobre isso. Quanto diz aqui, é uma coisa assim.
Sometimes we throw pebbles at him. Doesn't work either.
Quanto diz aqui.
What?
Oh, you got him to speak. Ha!
What hath man's sin wrought?
Oh, he cheated.
É uma coisa interessante no
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Bandidos, por favor. Grandinho. Já vou ler. Como transcrito em nome do Sir Brian Templário, defensor da Pino sobre os refugiados que o país sofrendo de morte. Desprezo bandidos romanos. Os templários oferecem uma recompensa considerável pela apreensão e execução dos bandidos que exercem sua ocupação nas florestas e estradas do norte. Cuidado, os bandidos são numerosos e de considerável. Temos uma equipe bem armada e quem nada deve desbravar. Mata dentro. Nós rezamos pelo sucesso de todos que se dediquem a essa missão. Residentes e viajantes de passagem de boa reputação indicaram que há 3 grupos de bandidos na mata ao norte. Este humilde cantor repercute a cautela de ser branco, tendo acabado com mais uma vítima daqueles homens loucos. estão ao serviço 3 moedas de ouro. Que o Criador proteja sua cria, as crianças em nosso momento de inocência. Vamos aceitar, né? Encontrou um painel dos condutores e nosso condutor deve estar no comando do painel. Enche com pedidos de ajuda dos aldeões. Talvez você seja capaz de ajudar o vilarejo com alguns de seus problemas. Sai no painel do condutor sobre o grupo de bandidos espreitando no norte de Lotherring. Existe 3 grupos autônomos que precisam ser erradicados. Flagelo. Você chegou ao Lotherring e pode descansar se você aqui, pois o vilarejo está em estado imperial. Percorre toda a tarde, sabe que haverá vários lugares para você. Penhasco Vermelho, Floresta Brasiliana, a Torre dos Círculos Magos e a Cidade dos Anões, os Amados. Essa aqui é a última vontade, esse aqui é o conteúdo pleno, que é onde outra passagem de Sutia, onde vamos aguardar com... Vai ser muito bom para se ver. Então temos nossa primeira side quest aqui, né? Vamos ver ali o...
Back off! I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Resolvem isso vocês mesmos, não vou me envolver. Por que eu iria querer te ajudar?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Pensando que acha-se sendo inescrupuloso.
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Resolver isso vocês mesmos, não vão me envolver, os outsides. Você pode ceder e ainda ter lucro, não? Ou perco todas as mercadorias.
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
Vamos ver o que você tem.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Uma adaga, né? Caramba, despejando no computador.
Defend the palace! The legions of evil are on your doorstep! They will feast upon our hearts! There is nowhere to run! This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts!
Please, you're scaring the children!
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at darkspawn hands! There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This man bears their evil stench! Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Ignore o pessoal tentando fazer isso. Se não falam, bate ninguém com a boca do smoke.
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people! I will not be silent!
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The band left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us!
Pobre homem, o que aconteceu com você?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the darkspawn!
Deve ter sido horrível. Como você escapou?
No! I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by darkspawn!
Não sou mal, por favor, se não fala comigo.
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off.
Assustar essas pessoas não atrás de volta.
Why am I here? I should not have come!
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
Mesmo não há chance para nenhum de vocês todos. Sempre há esperança. Reúna tua coragem.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Lotherring.
The evil shall descend upon us!
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
If you seek refuge in the Chantry, there's simply no room left.
Está fechado.
We turn none aside, but we simply don't have room for anyone to sleep. I know it's not something many dwarves do, but if you wish to offer devotion to the Maker, you may enter.
Quem está no comando dessa capela?
The revered Mother runs the Chantry itself, and Sir Bryant heads the Templars stationed here.
Você sabe os bandidos, sabe sobre os bandidos na estrada?
Yes, but we can barely keep order in the village right now. We have no men to chase down bandits. If you like, you can speak to Sir Bryant, but I doubt he'll tell you differently.
Você ouviu alguma coisa?
Not since Tairn Loghain passed by with his army. It's a shame about the king. But with the Darkspawn coming, few can think of anything else.
Adeus.
Make her watch over you.
Nossa, quanto aí.
Where can we go? This is no better than what we left.
I brought my family to Lotherring because I thought it would be safe.
We keep hearing they're just a day or two away.
Where can we go? This is no better than what we left.
There's word of Darkspawn stragglers
searching
no
for some
sign of
holy
the main
artifact.
horde. We are the only
Not
hope of
one of
protection
them
this
stopped
village
to help.
has.
Are you here to see the Reverend Mother too? In her office arranging for everyone to leave, I suppose. I don't think she's with anyone right now. I came to ask for a blessing. With my family abandoning the farm to flee north, we'll need all the grace the Maker can offer. Not to be rude, but how's a dwarf come to be here? I've seen you people in Lotherring sometimes, but never the Chantry.
Não sou presença, é isso que você está pensando. Tem algo de errado com o anão anda cada.
It's wonderful how the Maker's arms are wide enough for all the nations of Phaedos. Well, good luck to you. I need to get underway. If I'm lucky, I'll make it back to the farmhold by nightfall.
That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us. Yes? Who might you be?
Eu sou o guardião cinzento droga.
I see. I am Sir Bryant, commander of the Lotherring Templars. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
Os guardiões cinzentos não fizeram uma coisa.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tern claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
Vocês estão comando aqui?
The revered mother leads this flock. I merely command her Templars. Normally, our role is to protect the Chantry and seek out unsanctioned magic. For now, it is all we can do to protect the innocent.
E se você encontrar essa maga não autorizar?
Let us pretend that I was such a mage. What would you do to me?
I have no time to even think about such things right now. My concern is protecting these people. I see nothing threatening them other than the Darkspawn.
Como os templários lutam contra a magia?
We have more than swords at our disposal. We're taught to dispel unholy magics as well. If only our powers work to keep away the Darkspawn. Alas, it is not so.
Onde eu encontraria a maga?
In her study, no doubt, preparing what she will take when we eventually evacuate.
Essa é a única progressão que está.
Our ban was summoned by Tern Loghain, and he took his soldiers north with him. Lothering has been abandoned. If the matter is important, certainly.
Alguma novidade?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us, none of it is good. Tern Loghain is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
O que você quer dizer com isso?
Tern Loghain has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner, and the king's corpse is barely cold. If Arl Eamon was able to intervene, perhaps it would not have gone this far. I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over who owns a cottage while it burns down around them. Arl Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donnell, is here searching for fantasies while... Never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness. If the matter is important, certainly. Only if you're interested in the business of mages. I have heard word that the Templars who watch over the Circle of Magi's tower have called for the rite of annulment. Hopefully I've heard wrong. If the rite of annulment is invoked, the tower and every living soul within will be destroyed.
We need the Circle's help. We should go and find out what's happening.
To have such a call when mages are needed to fight the Darkspawn, something terrible must have happened. I have nothing else to tell you. The only news I care about is the approaching horde. Now, unless there's something else you need,
Eu preciso de algumas informações, as coisas mais...
If the matter is important, certainly. Now, unless there's something else you need. They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Você pode oferecer alguma outra ajuda?
I cannot openly help you, I fear, but... Here, take this key. It opens the large cabinet on the far wall. There is more there than we can carry when we evacuate, so take what you need.
Okay. Aqueles bandidos lá de fora do vale.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
Eles me roubaram na última vez que eu olhei.
I will not let them take any more advantage of this catastrophe. Savaral, those fool bandits have returned. Take some men and drive them off and see if you can't capture that leader of theirs this time.
As you command, Sir Bryant.
Now, unless there's something else you need. If the matter is important, certainly. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Okay.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
A few knights have come through here, searching for some holy artifact. Not one of them stopped to help.
How terrible for Queen Honora that her young king is dead, and she not even with child.
I wonder if that creature they locked up on the highway is involved with this.
We were lucky.
Is it a darkspawn?
We had the coin to pay the toll to those bandits. Many didn't.
You, miss, what is your name? You seem quite odd to me.
You would not be the first to think so. But avert your eyes. I will not have you staring over long.
Best get used to it. I'll be watching you. We want no trouble here.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Very nearly, Sir Donald. May I introduce my fellow Grey Warden? We are the last two in Ferelden, as far as I know.
Terrible news indeed. But I'm glad to meet you, good sir. Might I know your name?
Você pode me chamar de Droga? Eu sou Droga. É prazer conhecer você.
I trust you are staying discreet, with the bounty placed on your heads.
We've heard Loghain's accusations, but he's the one who betrayed the king.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Loghain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the urn of sacred ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Isso não deveria estar fazendo isso para você, de fato. Enquanto eu busco para cima, eu trouxe você aqui.
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales. Why is that, if I may ask? I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Tern Loghain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Tern has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Faz algum sentido eu apanhar sua vermelha? Você acha que Loghain se envolveu na oportunidade?
The Arl fell ill before the king died. But what if Loghain planned that too? Oh, such thoughts do not sit well with me.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could. Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
Nós anãos não tememos ser outra religião.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives. My fellow knight and travelling companion. He is delayed, though. My mission takes priority, but I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts. Good luck to you, and to you, Alistair. I hope to one day see you again.
And you, Sir Donald.
And when the Maker spoke, chant of light.
What do you need?
Fear and ignorance. Let those who cry
I'm
out
scared.
from the shadows
When are we going home?
Those who seek
When are we
redemption
going
be
home?
delivered.
This is
Let
no
those
better than
who
what
have
we
sinned
left.
Be forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to...
I'm sorry, I cannot talk now. I must feed the holy brazier to ensure the flame never dies. It represents the flames that burned Andraste herself. Do you know the tale? The prophet was burned in the ancient city of Minrathous, before the ancient mages she had fought. Instead of dying in pain as the mages wanted, she was purified by the fire and taken by the Maker into the heavens to stand forever at his side. We are all sinners. The fire symbolizes our hope that forgiveness is possible. Thus, we all serve by feeding its flames.
Existem maneiras mais fáceis de manter um fogo aceso?
Of course. The dwarves have offered us coal and special rocks. Even the Circle of Magi volunteered to provide magical flames. If that isn't irony, I don't know what is. The flame means little without the act of remembering and atoning for our sins.
Essa tarefa é realmente monótona.
It should take as much concentration to cleanse the soul as to cleanse the body. The revered mother is in the other room, but Sir Bryant can probably answer your questions. I wish you well.
Let all mankind be humble. Let all repeat the chant of life. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us. And when the Maker spoke, chant of light.
I'm scared. When
Will
are we
Tien
going
Loghain
home?
really
What
be
will
the new
happen to
king?
us now that the king is
Who
dead?
else could it be?
Chantry's vestments before. Very little time.
Those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
What is this?
Then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the chant of light make it pure. Let all
This is
mankind be
hard.
humble. Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
And when the Maker spoke, chant of light.
I see. Essa visão aqui tem um bom.
And when the chant spreads across...
Greetings, and welcome to the Chantry.
Then shall the Maker return to us. Maker return to the Black City.
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here. I am the revered mother of this Chantry. Traditionally, those who seek my blessing tithe first.
Qual o dízimo é aceitável?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
Bom,
Thank you, my son. What can I do for you then?
Só preciso da tua ajuda.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
Sim, eu sei. Já ouvi isso o tempo todo. Só ganho uma moeda por cada vez que me falam assim. Não sei eu aqui.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else... I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village and Chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else... For a Grey Warden? Yes, you have a difficult road to walk, don't you? In Andraste's name, I call upon the Maker to watch over his child and creation. Watch over his path, O Maker. Give him light in darkness. So let it be. Now, if there is nothing else... May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
Let all mankind be humble. Let all repeat the chant of life. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Those who have sinned, be forgiven.
Imperial.
Have you seen my mother?
Isso depende de quem, Toma.
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting and I can't see her.
Sim, bem, boa sorte com isso. Sabe onde teu pai está?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back. Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Sim, boa sorte e boa capela, criança. Alguém cuidará de você.
I will, but only if I don't find Mother first. So, you're a dwarf, aren't you?
Sim, o que você pergunta?
Father says dwarves are really greedy, but you're not greedy at all. Thank you for helping me.
Thank you.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Dano refúgio, tema, missão.
What will happen to us now that the king is dead?
Missão secundária.
Got a brother that fell at Ostagar. Hope we're not next.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
Sou bastante familiarizado com armadilhas e coisas do tipo.
I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest. But you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some.
Armadilhas. Olha só, ficou sabendo que o Barney está colocando armadilhas arranjadas para poder dele. Fazer essas coisas de maneira permanente. Todas as armadilhas livres e possível que você faça as armadilhas como alta. Precisa de gatilho de armadilha. Não consigo, tá?
Of course.
I can't believe the Kunari in that cage isn't dead yet. It's been 3 weeks. Why didn't they just execute him?
Coloca o verde amigo.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Está acontecendo aqui?
Ever since good King Kalen passed, refugees and soldiers have been passing through. I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure refugees don't turn to petty theft, or worse. Sir Bryant at the Chantry is seeing to matters of defence and such. He'd have more of an ear for your type. Too much to do, and not enough time. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs. Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
São 3 frascos. Tem.
I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty
Do not
theft.
seem a refugee.
You marsh
You're
folk
part of
are
the
all
army.
thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
Chokke basitisra, marades, adetwasit. Abana kyun, maras shokra, anan. You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse a dwarf. Leave me in peace.
Você é prisioneiro. Quem colocou você aqui?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
Eu sou jovem. É prazer conhecer.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
O que você fez pelo
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
Você não está interessado.
Death will be my atonement.
Outros homens.
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
A defender a nação contra o flagelo. Isso é uma missão de grande importância. Enquanto esteja ali.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
O que você pergunta?
My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
amado venerado soltaria.
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance, it seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Vou te deixar por enquanto.
Farewell, then.
Eaten alive by darkspawn. That's cruel. I wonder why the revered mother's so afraid of him.
Vamos falar com o mago para ver se consigo libertar isso. Depois dá uma olhada nesse códice aqui, né? Magia e religião, como tudo está, personagens e contos. Aquele que tem que não dano esse refúgio.
You might not want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
Por que a taverna está cheia?
Same reason the chantry's full, packed with people who fled their homes. The tavern keeper's letting folks sleep on the floors, but he can only fit so many. And those soldiers are getting restless.
Continua sobre esses soldados.
They're not here to defend us. They were looking for someone before they started drinking. I hear they almost killed a man because they didn't like his face. I wonder if they're deserters from the king's army.
Parece triste.
Is there any reason to be happy? With the king dead, them darkspawn will overrun Lotherring before anyone can organise. You'd think those soldiers could at least run off the bandits. Someone should teach those thieves a lesson. Ah, of course. And good luck to you. We could all use some, no?
So, Lotherring is the new region? Isn't that a good thing?
Where can we go?
May have had something
This is
to do
no
with the
better.
king's death. I thought Darkspawn killed the king. That doesn't make any sense.
It's probably political nonsense. We'll be lucky if they don't burn down the entire country fighting over the throne.
Well, look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a dwarf by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen one.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Parece que ele quer uma luta. Poder tem imenso prazer no nosso.
I doubt he would listen. He blindly follows his master's commands.
I am not the blind one. I served at Ostagar, where the Tern saved us from the Grey Warden's treachery. I serve him gladly. Enough talk! Take the Warden into custody. Kill the sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
Oh. Legal. Tá bom. Pega esse cachorrinho aqui. Você vira aqui. Ataca esse daqui. E você mata esses soldados aqui, né? Ataca assim. Tá bom, deixa eu ver o que deu.
right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Anãos querem formar Logan. Não traíram o rei. Logan traiu. Eles buscam nos matar e não é esperança.
I was there. The turn pulled us out of a trap.
O Turn deixou o rei para morrer.
The wardens led the king to his death. The turn could do nothing.
Realmente são cegos.
What do you want to tell him?
Realmente aconteceu.
I'll tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
E quem é você?
Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the chantry here in Lotherring. Or I was.
E tem alguma coisa que você queira de mim?
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Não nada. Vocês estão interessando em ver comigo.
The Maker told me to.
E o dever está do meu lado, então bem-vindo agora. Certo? Por isso que aqui onde então você pode elaborar isso. Devemos entrar com.
Then you believe me? I knew the Maker had sent a true dream. A vision that by serving you I serve his holy plan.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down. Indeed.
Ladino também. Ladino.
You hear about food? Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Nossa, você tem, você tá sem comida.
Whole mess of refugees come in and leave near every night. All have hungry bellies, sad tales, and mementos for barter. I sold that bleeding merchant outside about half my larder 2 weeks back, and now he's charging outrageous sums for all my food.
Não se preocupe com ele, eu cuidei disso.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Nossa, minha pessoa tem. Tem pratos. Que eu fiz, né? Nunca tive armadilha. Bom, vou precisar de 3 gatilhos de armadilha. 3. Inventar cheio. Maravilha. Tá, 3. Tá. Vamos aprender alguma coisa. Vamos ver aqui. Tem 2 escudos aqui, vou vender. Mas como? Tô vendo essas coisas. Daqui tem uma dica, vou comprar 3. E frasco, vou comprar 3 também. Eu sei que eu tenho. Deixa eu ver se tem. Atenção. Vamos lá. Jornada.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Sabe de algum trabalho bem pago em Lotherring?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison?
Menina, já não mexi com essas coisas.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Eu verei o que eu posso fazer. Tem alguma ideia de uma coisa pra conseguir ninguém?
Well, there's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
Nossa, não é que isso aqui. Na verdade... Quero ver... Não quero colocar armadilhas, seminários e tudo. O azeite podia ter um veneno botânico, então fiz chance de veneno que eu ia gastar. Tem mais fácil.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Let's mix it.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Eu tenho que você pediu.
Splendid! Now, if those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Here, there's enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Missão completa. Exato, tem como conseguir também, né? Essa aqui, né? Vou fechar agora esses dois também. Não tem muito o que falar, né?
I brought my family to Lotherring because I thought it would be safe.
Sorry, I don't know any dwarven songs. I'll just play what the
What
innkeep
happened to the
asks.
king is so terrible. Is anywhere safe now?
No dwarves in the kitchen. You think I don't see your grubby little hands snatching all the rolls? Out.
All right.
Yesterday, said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the tavern. How are we supposed to know where the urn of sacred ashes is? Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
Did you make any traps? Oh, what a relief. Thank you, stranger.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods? This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
So what's the deal with you and him anyway? Dare I ask?
Him? Him who? Is this supposed to mean something to me?
You know exactly who I'm talking about, Mr. Let's Make Kissy Faces over there.
My. You are jealous, aren't you? Did I take your favorite Grey Warden away from you?
What? I'm not jealous. I'm horrified.
Those blushing cheeks of yours tell a different tale.
These blushing cheeks are terrified that you'll suck all the blood out of them once you're finished with him.
If I feel the need to suck on anything of yours, Alistair, you'll be the first to know.
That was so not what I meant.
Perhaps we should go and tell him together about your touching concerns. Perhaps he'll pay more attention to you if you ask nicely.
Uh-huh. I think we're done here.
Done before you started, in fact.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lotherring.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
Is there something I can do for you, then? It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
Eu posso reconhecer de alguma forma soltando?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Canary gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Canary just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
Você tem certeza que foi ele?
He confessed quite readily, but would give no reason for the crime. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Canary is a danger.
E se exclusão incidente com o povo dele?
The Maker demands justice. regardless of his race.
Eu posso lhe convencer de alguma forma a soltá-lo?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
Estava pensando se você podia soltá-lo sob a minha custódia.
And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
Isso não é difícil, mas assim. Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Uma devagarzinho. Tô vendo, na verdade. É barda também. Não tem essas assim. Vamos colocar uma coisinha, né? E fora praticamente. Vamos ver se tá melhor aqui. Despesa 24, 24, 25. Deixa a vila é marqueira, essa tchau, com marqueira mesmo. Interessante. Essa ideia ficou com 2 em longa distância e 2 em mim. Porque eu acho que o Douglas sofre muito na frente, apesar de defesa dele. Eu queria um ladino, né? Não é pra tancar, né? Também. Ficou... Mas não, né? Vamos tomar isso aqui, não é pra ser aqui acontecendo.
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kokari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
You wish something more of me?
Eu tenho chave para abrir até o já.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
Se importa, você pode ser livre. Ela concordou em libertá-la sob a minha custódia.
So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
Muito bem, eu vou te deixar sair. Como você pode nos ajudar exatamente?
I have spent my life in the vanguard. I know war, and your lands need all the help they can get.
Muito bem, eu vou te deixar sair.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Acho que você vira. Esse nome já. Outra coisa, então. Sim, fico feliz em todo o começo.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Meu personagem. Guerreirinho. Eu vou ficar com esse grupo então. Muito bem. Bom, ao norte eu diria que é pra cá, né? Gelo. Não tá muito. Eu sei como que é nosso vermelho. Eu aqui é que eu... Tá. Aqui nos círculos, aqui eu vou pegar os elfos, e aqui pra colocar o anão. Deixa eu mandar pegar aqui nessa bola com o anão. Os anãos. Aqui. Onde que é? Vamos ver. Eu vou gravando. São os bandidos. Cadê? Tá faltando uma pessoa. Ele vem pra trás. Tá. Mas eu não consigo ver. Não pode ser. Deixa eu ver a aranha. Quantos bandidos aqui tem? Mas tem um monte de bandidos.
Yes?
Tem dois aqueles aqui. Tá com esses aqueles aqui,
I never liked this part.
Não pode usar. Não sei. Vamos tocar. Por que você não ataca? Boa, pessoal. Falta mais um mudo.
Right away.
O Swan está quase morrendo também. Você está quase morrendo. Foi tenso. Mas venceu.
Are we in a hurry?
Continuando.
Only they would leave us alone.
On it.
Just die already! Grey Warden! Yes.
Tá. Olha, está colocando aqui, né?
I'll do it. I'll try to be merciful.
Delighted.
Right away.
Too easy! I am your death!
Pô, meu Deus.
Enough! Let's make this quick! Let's end this!
I shall do it. 'Tis too easy.
Greetings to you.
Yes? Hmm?
Vamos gravar aqui.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack! All the noise.
Não faça isso, pessoal.
Watch out.
Nossa, vem mais gente. Gente, que vem toda a gente assim. Eles não cercaram. Putz.
Delighted.
Dois. Deixa eu ver, né?
Place. It may not be here later should we leave now.
Let's go.
Bastante por um século. Descobrimento.
Another creature ahead. Off we go together.
Yes?
Is that all you've got?
More like it.
You should run while you can.
I shall do it.
Ready.
Não posso subir aqui mais, né?
An order. Let us end this!
Let's have at it!
Alright, back on Tuesday. Is that all you've got? You forced our hand.
We won? We did! Yay! We won. Yay!
Estranho. Eu queria pra ele mesmo. Deixa eu ver aqui. Muito esforço, né? Isso aumenta a força dele mesmo. Tá precisando aqui. Pegar essa mina de escudo dele, né? Verdade. Escudo. Não. Tô como um grupo de bandidos. Aí eu vou quando eles estão por
Watch out! Make a preserve us! Let's make this quick!
Tem mais gente. Maravilha. Tá,
Delighted. Make us breath!
Quando eu longo. Pessoal. Aqui é o acampamento, né? Tá. Tem que ir lá no fim de imaginar.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers.
Vocês não é de outro. Quando ursos atacam. E uma última lembrança. O que tem sempre essas missões aqui? O fazendeiro, seu falecido filho, escreveu-se como comprador com muita semente eu. Esse reconhecimento em armas de Deus para inventar as coisas da floresta do norte. E o Deus que atacou matou o menino que os outros não são os olhos perdoam essas coisas. Um conforto aos seus anos do norte e consolo para a família. Tchau. Como cantar de Lotherring, planeta, maior de ouro, quem quiser sua vontade de cuidado. Em primeiro lugar, antes de mais nada, aqueles. Dei banho em todos nós. Vamos aceitar. A opção dos acampos dela realmente houve de ser feito 5 horas. Depois ouvimos que vimos seus seguidores são planejados. Houve as feitas mencionadas em muitas orações. Infelizmente, é um garoto sozinho, garoto cuja mãe já esteve pensando como essa desaparecida. Boa parte da semana esteve preparado iniciou sua morte. Ela era uma senhora de meia idade. Estava de uma capa verde. Se algum viajante residente encontrá-la apenas, por favor, retorne seu corpo ou que no futuro garoto ficará agradecido a próxima edição. Corajosa mãe. O grupo do cantor começará com índio. Soma de 50 moedas de prata que o Criador abençoe todos nós. Vou tentar pegar uma coisa que ele conseguiu matar tais outros. Uma pequena complexo que iniciou as pessoas nos matos que encontram estão nas descidas cidades que vocês podem conferir. Vamos fazer já que estamos aqui. Aí vai ser as últimas missões, talvez. Vamos uma gravadinha. Cursos depois, né? Lobos. Lobo não é tão mal assim, né?
All right.
Lembranças. Três.
Go. Back! 'Tis your time to die!
It's embarrassing! You should try what you can!
That went well. As you wish.
Voltamos. 7.
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Ai, esse livro mesmo. Vamos lá. Cheguei. Peguei pegadores. São combatentes mortais que enfrentam armaduras leves e investem em ataques rápidos e mais precisos. Possuem ataques sobrenaturais que permitem escavar de golpes evitados de seus oponentes. Eles são fora do comum. É uma astúcia aqui. Ataque enquanto o modo de defesa adversário adiciona um bônus para defesa enquanto neste modo. Prontito. Nossa, acho que a gente fez tudo que tem que fazer na cidade agora. Vou fazer uma melhor. Então a gente fez tudo que tinha que fazer em Lotherring. Vamos colocar ali. E tem as vermelhas, né? Esse daqui não tá saindo desse lugar. Isso aqui é as missões principais. Beleza.
Command me. I am ready.
What?
Charmed.
Creatures, leave us alone.
Down you go! What's this? It's precious when you go on through the hills.
You should run while you can. Never liked it.
Oh no!
Watch out!
Are we in a hurry?
Ela começou assim.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
De nada.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way. Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offence, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
As you desire.
Maldição. Vou ser surpreendido por você. Oh, minha próxima tá cheia. Responde minha branca. Melhor categoria 6. Eu acho que a gente vai ficar por aqui, pessoal. Dá uma olhada nas outras.
Your direction?
Here I am.
Escritos em alguma taxa de fogo. Entre 5 e 13. Foi causado 11.200 por fogo causado mortes Alf, taxa de 6,6%. 33 mil separando aqui 31. Aqui. Legal. Bom, acho que é isso, pessoal. Não vou mais avançar aqui. Uma dor novo, né? Sim, com os anões, né? Sim. Agora vamos gravar. Gravando. Deixa eu gravar assim. Gravação rápida. Antes de sair, deixa eu ver pra onde que nós vamos. Nós podemos ir. Na verdade.
Bad dreams, huh?
Parecia tão real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Que demônio é aquele dragão? É aquele dragão?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Alguma outra surpresa que eu deva saber?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
E o cachorro. Tá, eu vou continuar aqui. Tá, não devia ter continuado, mas agora que eu tô aqui, eu vou ter que...
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Sou droga, eu nunca ouvi falar de você. Conhece dele?
Oh, yes, for years. Considered him a friend, I did. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, but that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
Que promessas Duncan me fez? Como se conheceu?
It's a bit of a tale, that is. But I'm the one who brought the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden. Well, I was one of the ones. There were a lot of us. Maker's breath, I'm a bit nervous. Honoured to be here, really.
Em frente, continua a sua história.
After King Maric freed us from the Orlesians, the Grey Wardens begged the King's permission to come into Ferelden, some sort of internal business. Me and a mess of other Warden sympathisers spoke on behalf of your order. Tan Loghain was very much against letting Orlesian Wardens in the kingdom. But Maric, Andraste, bless him, was a fair-minded monarch and he let them in.
Continua, estou ouvindo.
So that's why I was there when the Wardens and their leader, Genevieve, presented herself to the King. The first Wardens in Ferelden in over a century. Proudest day of my life, that was. Duncan was a bit of a scamp back then. We were of an age and struck up a friendship. The King himself went with the Wardens on their mysterious business. When he returned, he rescinded King Ardland's decree, and the Wardens came back to Ferelden for good.
Audiência aqui é fácil. Série Duncan. Vocês por Ardland.
People say it's because the Wardens have become terribly unpopular. Just soaking up tires and not doing a bleeding thing for the kingdom. I say that's bollocks, as recent events have shown.
Maric simplesmente sentiu de pé.
Maric was a bit of a visionary. A powerful mind, that one. In his travels with the Wardens, he must have seen how important their cause was, and been moved by it.
Duvido que essa seja a história toda.
Ferelden was ravaged by war, and your dwarven cousins, well, they had a proper appreciation of Wardens. But make no mistake, King Maric was a giant among men.
Que promessa Duncan me fez?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
E o que aconteceu depois?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Surpreende-me que você ter mantido teu nome.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
Que favor você pediu a Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name.
It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Não, nunca nem ouvi falar do Pico do Soldado. Você não poderia ir lá sozinho?
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
Por que Duncan não ajudou?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Caelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar, said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
Ok, doutor Fanista. Começando. Eu te ajudarei. Vamos ao Pico do Soldado. O que você precisa de mim?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it, at least? Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
A da tua família será recompensada. Eu te ajudarei.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Ok. Mas vamos missão, hein?
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Apenas se comportam. Deixa eu ver se primeiro no cooldown.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Quais encantamentos ele faz?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Enchantment! Enchantment?
Oh, certainly, I can do that for you. Just come with me.
Bem, pessoal, vou avançar. Foi meu longuinho. Valeu.